What if the single sheet of paper you signed never existed? What if the divorce you grieved never occurred whatsoever? And what if the man you loved and the woman he left you for had manipulated it all along? You're about to see the courtroom case that ruined Meri's reality. Secret documents, legal gotchas, and a betrayal beyond imagination. Don't blink, because this is the episode that rocks everything. Leave a comment below if you believe Meri was fixed from day one, or if there's something more going on than anyone is letting on. The courtroom lights humbly buzzing as if they realize what's about to happen. Cameras are forbidden, but if there were some, you'd see Meri entering, face white, but determination etched like stone. Her hands quiver a little as she grips a thin brown folder against her chest. She's not here for show. She's here for the truth. Across the room, Kody is seated next to Robyn. They're speaking in hushed tones, too low for anyone to overhear, but the body tension screams louder than the words. Robyn's fingers are wrapped around her silver chain. Kody's knee bobs up and down. The judge hasn't arrived yet, but already the war is raging. This isn't a hearing for a divorce. It's not even a battle over custody. This is a courtroom fight to decide if Meri was ever actually divorced from Kody, or if she's still under the law obligated to a man who rejected her emotionally and left her spiritually years before. Meri's lawyer stands up. She is bright, young, and bold. Her name is Erica West, a contract litigation and family law specialist. When Erica was approached with the case originally, she figured it was a simple one until she read the papers. Your Honor, Erica begins as the judge enters. We intend to prove that the divorce paperwork filed between Meri Brown and Kody Brown was either falsified, incomplete, or never properly processed, and that these errors were not accidental. A gasp moves through the gallery, like wind through brittle leaves. Meri's world is about to be torn apart again, but this time, she's the one holding the knife. The judge, a silver-haired older woman who gathers her hair back into a no-nonsense bun, looks over her glasses. Counselor, are you making an allegation of fraud? Erica does not blink. Yes, Your Honor. Fraud, misrepresentation, and willful legal trickery with a purpose to deny my client her marital rights and access to community property. Kody fidgets in his seat. Robyn leans forward, brow furrowing and mouth moving in a hasty whisper. Her face has turned white as alabaster. The defense attorney, Thomas Garver, rises slowly. He's been Kody's lawyer for over a decade. Loyal, smooth-talking, and always 2 steps ahead. Your Honor, this is outrageous. He starts. The divorce was filed in good faith with proper counsel. This is an attempt to relitigate a past agreement simply because one party, Miss Brown, is having regrets. But the judge isn't smiling. We'll let the evidence speak. And that's when Meri sets the folder down on the table. Slowly, intentionally, she pushes it forward as if she's laying a fragment of her soul on the altar. Inside the folder, one signed but unstamped divorce document. No court stamp, no docket number, no processing receipt. It's not a mistake. It's a bomb. What comes next will leave everyone speechless, including Kody himself. Erica holds up the document. This was what my client thought was her absolute final divorce decree. Both signatures are on it, but she holds it up, pointing out the lack of a state stamp. Never filed with the state. The courtroom is silent. Meri's whisper pierces through, soft but resolute. I thought I was free. All these years, I thought I was free. Kody scoffs loud enough for the court to understand. You wanted out, Meri. You asked for this. Robyn's lips open, but she doesn't say anything. The judge slams her gavel. Mr. Brown, you'll stay quiet unless spoken to. But Erica's not finished. Your Honor, we have more evidence that while this document was signed, but not filed, Robyn Brown went so far as to apply for a marriage license based on information that stated Kody was already divorced. Now, it's Robyn who gasps. And for the first time, Kody's smug facade starts to crack. The judge nods forward. Are you insinuating that misleading information was presented to the court? Yes, Erica says. And we have the dated application forms. Robyn Brown swore she was entering into a legal marriage with a man who on paper was still married to someone else. Kody bangs his fist down on the table. This is absurd. The judge thumps the gavel once more. Rein in your client, Mr. Garver. Robyn's face crumples as if she's going to cry, but there are no tears. There is only desperation in the audience. Murmurs start to circulate. Words of bigamy, fraud, and cover-up fly like wildfire. Meri doesn't blink. She just observes them both. Her eyes aren't furious. They're empty, like someone who lost hope for justice a long time ago, but is now prepared to demand it. The judge signals for a recess. But before the room clears, Meri says something else. I have one more thing. She rummages in her bag and produces a letter not printed by hand. The document trembles as she opens it. This is from Robyn. Forwarded to me 3 weeks after we signed the divorce papers. It states, and I quote, "Don't worry, Meri. He still loves you. This is just a formality. We'll make it right when everything is official." The courtroom bursts into a frenzy. Each of the lies they've told is beginning to fall apart. Letter by letter, page by page. The judge stands up. We'll continue after lunch. And I want both parties to be thoroughly documented. As everyone files out, Robyn hurries over to Kody, whispering hysterically. Her voice quavers. You said it was taken care of. You said the court wouldn't bother. Kody doesn't respond. He simply sits there, jaw set, hands still, because for the first time, he's beginning to see that he could lose it all. And Meri, she's already walking away, not victorious, not defeated, simply done with pretending. What if the one sheet of paper you signed never existed? What if the divorce you grieved never occurred at all? And what if the man you trusted and the woman he married instead manipulated you into it from the beginning? You're about to see the courtroom trial that broke Meri's world. Secret documents, courtroom traps, and a betrayal nobody saw coming. Don't blink, because this is the episode that turns the whole thing on its head. Leave a comment below if you believe Meri was set up all along, or if there's more to the story than anyone's telling. The courtroom is colder than expected. Not just in temperature, but in the air itself. There's a stillness, the kind that comes before something big breaks open. Meri sits at the plaintiff's table, shoulders straight, lips pressed into a thin, unreadable line. She's dressed simply. No flashy jewelry, no bright colors, just navy and white, like she's already in mourning for a truth she's about to bury or dig up. Across from her, Kody leans back in his chair. He isn't even glancing at her. Not actually. His gaze skittering across the courtroom, walls, ceiling, floor, never lands. Robyn sits next to him, arms crossed over her chest, her lips moving rapidly, whispering words into his ear that he responds to minimally. Perhaps he's hearing her. Perhaps not. But his foot taps repeatedly. His fists clench and release. Something's on its way, and he knows it. The judge enters. Silence falls like a hammer. The first thing presented is the divorce agreement. A single sheet of paper signed by both Meri and Kody. It looks official. It looks real. But as Meri's lawyer, Erica, carefully places it under the courtroom projector, the screen reveals a glaring absence. No court stamp, no docket number, no signature from a judge. It's not a technicality. It's an empty space, a hollow space that was intended to be filled with a legal conclusion. Erica talks plainly and with passion. This document, she explains, was never submitted to the court. So, Meri Brown remains legally wedded to Kody Brown under the law of the state. There is a gasp that runs through the gallery. This is not an error. It is a betrayal signed with ink and concealed with secrecy. The judge leans forward, his eyes narrowing. Is the defense ready to explain this absence? Kody's attorney clears his throat, papers fluttering as he stalls. Your Honor, it seems there might have been a clerical mistake in the filing. The intent of both parties was to end the marriage, but intent isn't sufficient. Not here, not now. Erica springs into action. Intent does not equal follow-through. And Your Honor, we believe there's motive here. That the paper was left unfilled. As Kody and Robyn went about getting a legal marriage, full aware he was still married to Meri. Robyn's head jerks towards Erica. Her lips part, but the judge holds up a hand. You'll testify when you're called, Mrs. Brown. Meri remains silent, but her lap-furled hands clench a little. Erica goes on. Your Honor, my client was misled that she was divorced. She made financial and emotional choices based on that belief. But this deceit, this legal purgatory, left her exposed, and as we will demonstrate, it greatly benefited Kody and Robyn. Kody growls something under his breath. What was that? The judge asks, her eyes narrowing. Kody straightens in his chair. I said Meri wanted this. She agreed to it. She pushed for the divorce. She agreed to a divorce. Erica snaps, not to being strung along by an invalid document, not to being lied to about her legal status. And that's when Meri does something unexpected. She stands, not defiant, not angry, just steady. Her voice rings out despite its softness. I felt like I was free. I grieved that loss. I released that life. And then I learned I was still bound by law to him the whole time. That Robyn and Kody were building their future, and I was living in a deception. The judge nods slowly. We will continue with evidence presentation. Miss West. Continue. Erica steps forward to the evidence stand. We enter Exhibit B, Robyn Brown's marriage license application, which was filed 6 weeks after the unsigned, unfiled divorce document. It says under penalty of perjury that Kody Brown was single at the time. Now Robyn's face goes white. Erica fixes her with a stare. You knew. Robyn splutters. But the judge bangs the gavel. That will do. Mrs. Brown will be heard on cross-examination. For the first time, Kody's mask falters, his jaw tightens, his fingers spasm, and that placid, smug presence starts to crumble beneath the pressure of facts. The court recesses. Outside in the hall, there is a scrum of reporters. Cameras flash. But within the private lounge, Meri sits by herself, gazing at a small photograph in her hand. It's an old one herself. Kody and Robyn smiling, lying. She turns it over. On the reverse side is Kody's handwriting. The beginning of something real. She breathes out long, deep, exhausted, still in session. Tension becomes a palpable force. Robyn is summoned to the stand. She moves with hesitant, wobbly steps. When she sits, she refuses to make eye contact with Meri. Erica gets down to business. Mrs. Brown, did you read the marriage license application before signing? Yes, Robyn whispers. And you declared that Kody was legally single? Yes. Did you know Meri's divorce was never finalized? Robyn pauses. The courtroom waits. Not because of what is being said, but because of what may finally be said. Robyn finally answers. Kody said it was done, that it was handled. I didn't request anything. Erica's voice grows cold. But you wrote Meri a letter 3 weeks after signing the divorce papers telling her this is just a formality and that will make it right when it's official. Robyn stiffens. Did you not say that? Yes, I did because you knew. You knew it wasn't final. I thought it would be. I thought it was just paperwork. But you went ahead and had a marriage anyway. You made money decisions. You obtained legal rights. You profited. Robyn doesn't respond. The judge says the court will recess for 15 minutes. We will reconvene with financial disclosure. As the judge stands up, the camera cuts to Kody. She's looking at Meri now, not angrily, not even regretfully, with terror because he knows what is going to come next. And so is Meri, because what's inside her next folder can destroy him utterly. It's not about the divorce. It's about what he did when it was supposed to be over. It's about the houses, the deeds, the secret trusts, and Meri. She's ready finally to spill the beans. The courtroom falls silent once more. But something is different. The quiet isn't simply strained. It's brittle. As if the whole room is holding its breath for someone to take a wrong step, so it can all at last break apart. Meri doesn't blink. Not this time. She's already halfway into the storm, and she came prepared. She delves into her satchel slowly, purposefully. From within, she draws out another folder, thicker than the initial one. It's blue. It's clean. It's neatly labeled, but what it contains is chaotic, hazardous, potentially criminal. The judge observes intently. Miss West, Are you presenting new evidence? Erica stands, her tone even, but with a thunderous quality. Yes, Your Honor. This is a sealed report of financial reports, assets transferred, and property deeds, some never before reported in earlier court documents. All gathered over the past 12 months, all connected to Mr. Brown. Kody immediately stiffens. Garver, his lawyer, leans in close and whispers frantically. Kody doesn't react. He simply stares at the folder as if he already knows what it says. As if it's not the surprise that frightens him. It's the confirmation. What Meri is about to share may turn this divorce into something much more. A fraud investigation. Erica steps forward. We have reason to believe that Mr. Brown knowingly misrepresented his assets during multiple prior filings, including tax documents, business registrations, and marital property disclosures. The judge raises a brow. That's a serious accusation, counselor. It is, Erica replies. Which is why we've worked with a forensic accountant who is, as of this morning, prepared to testify. You can almost hear Robyn's breath catch in her throat. Call your witness, the judge instructs. A few moments later, a woman named Dana Keller becomes a witness. She's cool, professional, cutting like glass. She retrieves a stack of prepped reports and clears her throat. During the past 18 months, I tracked a pattern of money being transferred between several LLCs controlled by Mr. Brown. Several of these firms have Robyn Brown listed as a secondary beneficiary. No surprise, however, is that there is so little disclosure regarding these transfers, especially those that happened shortly after the unfiled divorce contract was executed. The screen ignites with a timeline, dates, $signs, arrows. They recount a story. One that reveals Kody started manipulating money the instant he talked Meri into signing the paper, a paper he never submitted. The viewers may not recognize all the legal jargon, but they do know what lying looks like when it's presented like this. One of the documents shows a cabin property in Arizona moved into a new LLC just weeks after the divorce. Another, a joint account with Meri's name on it, emptied without notification gone. The judge tilts her head. Mr. Garver, does your client intend to dispute this? Garver stands, hesitating. We were not aware of these specific transfers, Your Honor. Erica does not let it go. Your Honor, we will establish that Mr. Brown deliberately left the divorce not filed so that he could keep using Meri's name, her shared properties, and her silence to transfer money and acquire properties and present himself as officially single for Robyn's advantage. Robyn opens her mouth. You're a but-for. Her voice breaks. That's not true. I didn't know anything about you'll be cross-examined. The judge interrupts her. Kody fidgets in his seat, blushing. This is crazy. She waived her rights. I told her we were finished. I gave her time, space, money. Meri speaks at last. Calm, but frigid. You gave me silence and lies, and just enough comfort to keep me from looking too hard. The courtroom isn't just watching, they're feeling it. Every eye is fixed on Kody, but the emotional weight is on Meri's shoulders, and she's carrying it with frightening calm. Dana continues. We also discovered a suspicious trust account in Nevada opened under a family LLC tied to the Brown children. However, no children were listed as beneficiaries. Only Robyn. Robyn gasps. Kody blinks straight ahead as if he is attempting to pretend that he did not hear what he heard. The judge scowls. Explain. Dana clicks to the next slide. Your Honor, the trust was created 4 months after the non-filed divorce, financed with more than $350,000 worth of assets from 2 accounts that were liquidated. The title of the trust, RAB Holdings, is Robyn Alice Brown's initials. A hush moves through the court. Someone says out loud, that's fraud. The judge slams the gavel order. Garver stands. We object to the characterization. These are circumstantial connections. The judge cuts him off. They are patterns, and the court is considering them seriously. What began as a divorce case has mushroomed into a courtroom landslide, and Kody stands right in the way. Meri watches, not gloating, but resolute. For years, she said nothing. Let the public think she was bitter. Let the family move on. But silence was never consent. And this is her reckoning. Erica returns to the front. Your Honor, With your permission, we'd like to call our next witness, Miss Christine Brown. Kody's eyes widen. Robyn's shoulders go stiff. Christine comes into the courtroom through the side door, wearing black, eyes blazing with controlled anger. She doesn't glance at Kody, not even once. She goes on the stand, is sworn in, and clasps her hands. Miss Brown. Erica starts. You knew about the supposed divorce of Kody and Meri. Did you consider it finalized? Christine nods. Yes, that's what we were told. By whom? Kody and Robyn. Erica pushes. Did you ever get to see any paperwork? Any filing confirmations? Christine shakes her head. No, we were just told it was finished. I requested to see it. Kody said it was private. What was your response when you discovered it was never filed? Christine glances at Meri, then back at the judge. I was ill. I couldn't comprehend it. And I knew if he could do something like that to her, he could do it to any of us. And there's the shift. The tone changes. The energy in the courtroom shifts, not only against Kody, but for each woman who stood by his side and got burned. Christine rummages in her purse and produces a voice recorder. This is a recording I made 2 years ago with Robyn. I didn't inform her that I was taping, but it totally flipped everything around. The judge glances at Garver, who protests, but the judge overrules. Let's hear it. The recording plays. Robyn's voice, steady and anxious. You don't get it, Christine. He couldn't submit it immediately. There were accounts he couldn't. Business matters. It's not personal. Christine's voice. She believes she's divorced. Robyn, she's mourning. You know that, don't you, Robyn? It's just a piece of paper, Christine. He'll take care of it when the time comes. The room falls silent. Then the judge speaks. Lo, that will be entered into evidence. Kody resembles he's just been punched in the throat because now it's not merely a mistake, it's a conspiracy. The judge glances at the clock. We'll resume tomorrow morning. But I want both sides ready for possible criminal questioning. Miss West, Mr. Garver, that means getting your clients ready, too. The gavel comes down. Meri doesn't budge. Christine approaches her. No words, only a quick silent hand squeeze. And Kody, he remains still, his eyes fixed on the table, lips apart, speechless. Because the truth isn't merely out. It's documented, filed away, and looping back on tape. The third day in court starts early, morning of, not with frenzy or show, but with quiet, a creepy stillness that blankets the room like a heavy mist, and it's felt by all, the media, the staff, even the bafe. This isn't one hearing anymore. It's an unwinding, and everybody knows Robyn Brown is up next. She walks to the stand in a tailored black top, her face carefully set, but there's a shake in her stride. She sits slowly, looking over at Kody, who gives a tight, silent nod. But it's not comforting. It's survival. Erica West emerges once more, her voice unwavering. Mrs. Brown, thank you for coming. We listened to a tape of you and Christine Brown about the status of Meri's divorce. Would you say the voice belonged to you? Yes, Robyn answers. Her voice little more than a whisper. And on that tape you said, quote, he'll handle it when the time is right.
What did you mean by that?
Robyn pauses. The room is silent. I meant he had things to work through. Business tax. He said it wasn't safe to complete it yet. Did you tell Meri that?
No.
Robyn says, looking down. He said it would just distress her more. Erica paces. So you willingly let her think the divorce was finished. You reassured her, even wrote her a letter knowing the forms were not completed. Robyn doesn't respond immediately.
I thought he would sign it, she says at last.
I trusted him, but trust doesn't dispel complicity, and the whole courtroom can sense the fissures in Robyn's version of events. Erica nods deliberately. Okay, let's discuss the trust fund. Robyn P. Holdings, you're the sole beneficiary. Did you know the money came from accounts held jointly by Kody and Meri? Robyn's eyes go wide. No, I did not know that. Erica presses her remote. The projector shows a wire transfer. $175,000 transferred from a joint Brown family account to a shell company. 2 weeks later, it was transferred to RB. You didn't know that money came from Meri's account. I didn't do those things. Robyn blurts out. Kody did all of those things. Kody, who informed you that the divorce was finalized.
Yes.
Erica takes a step closer. And when you legally wed him, you never once asked to see evidence he was divorced.
No, Robyn whispers.
I trusted him. Trust is no defense. And in this courtroom, trust is coming undone more quickly than paperwork ever could. The judge inclines forward. Mrs. Brown, you're on the stand. Do you think Meri was duped? Robyn's voice cracks. I don't know anymore. Do you feel responsible? There's a too long pause and then yes. Meri doesn't blink from the gallery, doesn't stir, but the flicker in her gaze is all the testimony anyone needs. This isn't vindication. It's just the truth speaking for itself at last. Kody sits rigid, his jaw clamped, one fist clenched under the table. He knows what's about to come. No one is prepared for what comes next. The bailiff walks up to the judge and gives her a sealed envelope. Urgent delivery from Flagstaff County Records. The judge opens it slowly, reading the contents. Then she glances up. This court has just received certified evidence that the marriage license of Kody Brown and Robyn Brown was approved even without legal proof of the marital status of Kody Brown. There is no divorce decree on record at the time of approval. Whispers spread. Someone gasps. A man in the back says, "That's big. This is no longer scandal. This is criminal exposure." The judge speaks louder. Let me be clear. Effective immediately, this court puts into question the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Subject to investigation. Kody leaps to his feet. This is a witch hunt. Mr. Brown, sit down, or you will be removed. The judge commands. Kody bangs his hands on the table, but complies. Robyn is shaking now. Tears well up, but none fall. And then Meri talks again. After hours of silence, she rises slowly. Her voice trembles, but she does not wheeze. You said I was free. You allowed me to mourn, to rebuild, to move on, believing it was finished. And the entire time, I was merely a technicality that you never took the trouble to fix. She directs her eyes straight at Robyn. And you comforted me, hugged me. You said you loved me when I was still legally married to your husband. The courtroom is at a standstill. All eyes are on Meri, but her words are slicing through Kody as if they were a knife. You didn't forget to file it. She tells him, you planted it because if I was still married to you, I couldn't get anything. I couldn't ask for what was mine. I couldn't fight for what's mine. The judge clears her throat. Miss Brown, this is extremely irregular, but Erica breaks in kindly. Your Honor, we would like to introduce the last exhibit for today's testimony. It's a video security footage from a notary office dated precisely 1 week later than when the divorce agreement was signed. The screen displays Kody Brown entering the office with a document. He signs it, speaks to the notary, and then he takes the document away. He exits with it, never gives it up, never files it. The courtroom gasps. Evidence unquestionable that Kody had no intention of completing the divorce. Erica speaks over stunned silence. This video was retrieved last month by subpoena. The notary in the video is willing to testify tomorrow morning. She attests that Mr. Brown departed with the document after refusing her permission to process it. The judge's gavel comes down. That's all for today. Court is adjourned until 10 a.m. Miss tomorrow, but nobody gets up because nobody has any idea what to say. In the hallway outside the courtroom, the media erupts. Headlines flash immediately. Kody Brown caught withholding divorce filing. Robyn's marriage legally invalid. Meri still married to Kody. Bombshell evidence unveiled in court. Christine whispers to Meri in the hall. Low voice. You did it. You really did it. Meri does not smile. Not yet. Tomorrow. Meri nods. Tomorrow I finish it. But within the courtroom, as Kody is packing up his briefcase, he discovers something that he didn't leave there. A single yellow sticky note in scribbly block letters. Check the trust in Utah. She knows. The first part is over. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube family. Thank you for your support. Next part of this videos are coming very soon.